Hello there, this is Ryan from Burley Bricks coming to you live from my obscene Lego room. And today I am talking about a building that I'm sort of working on, but not really. It's more of a thought. It's a little bit of a physical thought because there's a physical build, but it's most likely not going to be the finished product. And so, but before I show it to you, I just wanted to say that my idea is, when so my city aesthetic is like, the rough part of town or like the less desirable part of town. I want my city to look lived in. And in a lot of these places, you'll see giant buildings just sticking up from out of nowhere, and they're not very nice looking. They're just blocks that are like, brown or they're just they you wouldn't really notice them unless you knew somebody who lived there, if you can imagine that. But the purpose of them is to house a lot of people, and that's what I want. But I'm on the fence that this is going to look pretty ugly compared to some of the other builds that I'm trying to do. But that's the point. I don't know. I'm still kind of on the fence about it. But I kind of had this idea in my mind. And this is actually a take two because when I did a whole intro and everything, and then I brought the design out, and I realized it blend it blends into my table. So I'm gonna use this plate. And so this is basically what I'm working on. It's a housing building. Um, like a public housing building. Uh, and that's not a judgment or anything like that. I used to live in government housing when I was a child, and so like I know what to expect, and that's kind of the look I'm going for. And I want it to be really tall. Um, but I don't know what it's coming out from yet. That's the other thing. I think it might be on top of the Burger Shack, Burly Burger. I'm kind of running out of space. Um, but I need more housing for my people. I have this crazy idea that everybody in this city is going to have a place where they live. So and so who works at the burger shop or in the office or what have you, like they're roommates in this building. You know what I mean? Something like that. So what I was trying to do, it's gotten kind of dusty, is have, two apartments on each floor, whereas with my other buildings, it's just there's only room for one. And I want it to kind of look identical but mirrored. And so this is what I came up with. But seeing it on the baseboard, I don't think it's going to work because where I'm planning to have it come out from is going to be a corner section. So I'm gonna have to shrink this design down, which is fine. But I wanted to, I have a lot of discolored white pieces, and I'm sure a lot of people have that. If you have old collections or if you buy stuff from like Value Village, which I do sometimes, the white pieces can get really rough. And this piece in particular, it's all scratched up and it's just not pristine like the other pieces. Doesn't exactly show up on camera, but there is a color difference, and I wanted to use that. I wanted to use those colors to show, that this building's getting a little weathered. It was built maybe in the 70s, and over time, it's just sort of like run down. And so that's what I'm going for. And what I've done with this interior is so the black I just had a lot of extra of and I kind of put them down, but I was planning on putting floor over top. Is basically these apartments are a mirror image of each other. So this where's the elevator shaft? The elevator shaft is in the middle because I always do the elevator shafts and then I never finish it. So you would come up and it would either open. Is that right? Yes. It's been a long time since I looked at it. I wanted to film something. I said, why not just talk about this. I'm not even exactly sure, but you would come up through here, and then you would come in through this door, and there's a living room. So you'd come in through this door, and this would be like the living area, the balconies here, and then I guess coming in through here, I think was the bathroom that then goes into the bedroom. And then on this side, it's the same but opposite. So the bedroom's here, but you would go in. So like the balcony's here and the balcony's here. It's identical, but it's reversed, and I really liked that. But I don't know if I can follow through on it now. But I always had this vision of this really gross building that's it's not appealing, but it gets the job done, and you probably have bed bugs and cockroaches, but you know what? That's living in the city, right? Um, so yeah, so that's just my thought process. This most likely will not continue like this, but it was something that I spent an afternoon on, and I thought, why not talk about it? Because this channel, I kind of want to share um, my builds in different in phases and what my thought process is and where I'm going. I would love to have a before video. I want to do a video soon of me showing my city, but it's like whenever I have thoughts for something, um, I'll just throw it up on the table. Like, oh, this would look good in this, so I'm just gonna literally just throw it over there. Or I have a bunch of these containers where I'll say like, this is the redstone container, and anything I think to include in that, or the shops that are underneath, I'll put in this container, and I'll put on the table where there's a blank spot. So it gets kind of messy. I need to clean it up and organize it and do a proper tour. And I'm hoping to have my city fully realized in the next 2 years. So with that, this is the Gross Ugly White building. I will keep everyone posted on how that progresses, but let me know in the comments. Do you know the type of building I'm trying to accomplish? Did you ever live in one? I actually never lived in an apartment building, but I've lived in, lots of townhouses that were near these apartment buildings, and I took the bus. I still take the bus all the time. So like I know these buildings, and that's what inspires me. So with that said, have a great rest of your day, and thank you for watching.